Hello, I'm SquidofLove, welcome back. Horizons gave us the possibility to land on the surface of planets and explore them, but unfortunately in order to do this, we have to use the SRV, a dune buggy-like vehicle that is most of the time not very convenient to use and maneuver around, and it seems like it has its own personality and is following an agenda of its own. So let's go ahead today and try to see how we can improve the handling of the SRV, the Scarab, and make our lives a lot easier when we are exploring planets in Horizons. First of all, we need to see what is wrong with the SRV and why it handles the way it handles. Like with our spaceships, we have two modes, assist on and assist off, and although assist on works perfectly fine in space, we cannot say the same when we're driving the surface of a planet like this one, and this is mainly because our throttle continues and our SRV does not stop when we take our hand off the throttle button. And with all these tiny obstacles, small or bigger obstacles, we can very easily lose our track, we can very easily have an accident. So the first thing you need to do is learn to fly or drive with assist off. I find it much easier to control the SRV with assist off, since you can stop it at any time. Whenever you take your hand off the throttle button, your SRV will stop. That will help you make adjustments fast on your route and avoid any difficult situations. But even like this, there are problems. If we try to go very fast and make a sudden turn, our SRV will start drifting, and sometimes that drift can be quite annoying. It will make you lose your destination, you will have to readjust your route, you will have to be very careful. In general, it is not the best to drive around. The same goes with assist on. You cannot stop drifting when you are going in full speed. If you try to take a sudden turn, that is. I don't know about you, but I find this very annoying and not very convenient to use. So let's go to the options and see what we can do about this drifting. First of all, let's talk about the buttons. I have chosen this, a simple WASD setup, A for steering left, D for steering right. This is up to you, you can put everything you want in there. First, I tried to have the same setup with my spaceships. I'm using a combination of my keyboard and the joystick, but I really didn't like the feel of it on the SRV, and I quickly abandoned that idea. So I went with the mouse and keyboard mix, and I think it's best from what I've seen so far. It is working best for the SRV. I know that the SRV was designed for HOTAS setup. I don't understand why, since everyone has mouse and keyboard, not everyone has HOTAS. I don't have an HOTAS, I don't own a HOTAS, so I have no idea how good it is with such a setup. Let's talk about keyboard and mouse. I haven't done a lot of changes. I have assist on caps lock like I have on my spaceships. It's easy for me to toggle assist on and off, and I prefer toggle, not hold. And then on the steering, like I said, A and D, simple WASD setup. Now, in order to fix the drifting, go to your steering axis, dead zone, and put it as high as possible. Let's take a look at it. Let's go with assist on, try to reach full speed, and do some sudden turns again. As you can see, drifting is not as bad as it used to be. It's quite easier to maneuver around, it's quite easier to retain your route and go where you actually want to go. This is the biggest change that you can do, this is the biggest modification you can do on the controls, and it will make your satisfaction from driving the SRV a lot better. It will be less annoying. Let's try with assist off, it's pretty much the same. As you can see, even with assist off, it's easier to handle your vehicle, your SRV. It doesn't drift as it was drifting before. You can make sudden turns without that annoying drifting that will take you off your route every single time. I also insist to learn how to drive with assist off. I think this is the best mode for the SRV, and in combination with setting the value of the dead zone on your steering axis to the maximum, your life will be a lot easier. Now let's try with assist on, if you insist to drive with assist on and want to go as fast as possible. So let's say you are approaching this rock. It's hard to stop in time. You will have to either go slower or change to assist off when you are approaching. But if you insist to drive with assist on, then don't go very fast, or go fast until you are approaching an item, then slow down or simply change to assist off. Assist off is the best mode for the SRV. Now about the turret, I am gonna be honest, I hate the turret on the SRV. I simply hate it. I don't like the fact that in order to aim properly you will have to stand still, because if you try to move around, you are losing your direction, you are losing your target, it's simply impossible. I really dislike the way the turret works. Even with mouse and keyboard, it's simply, I don't know, for me personally, too hard, too annoying to try and fire something. So when I need to fire something, I let the gimbaled mode of the turret take control, target my enemies ahead, which most of the time of course are skimmers, target them ahead while reversing and try to evade their shots. I really hate the turret, and I think I've tried everything on the options. I played with the dead zones, I tried all of them, I didn't see any difference, or the difference is so small that it is not noticeable. I can make the turret work the way I like it working. If we compare it with the weapons on our spaceships, the turret of the SRV is very inferior. I don't know why is that, you will have to ask Frontier, but I find it extremely frustrating trying to deal with skimmers with the SRV's turret. The only modification I've done to the turret, the only modification I've left on the turret, is a toggle SRV turret. I have my mouse middle button scroll down in order to bring the turret and go back into driving mode. That's it. I really want to have nothing with the turret. If I could have a peaceful experience without shooting that thing, not even once, I will have been very happy to explore around planets, to explore the surface of the planets. For me, driving with assist off and setting the dead zone on the maximum value on the steering axis is the best way to make my experience with the SRV, this clunky dune buggy, a lot easier. I hope this will help you and also help you enjoy your rides with the SRV a little more. Thank you very much for joining me watching this video. I'm SquidofLove and I will see you next time. Bye bye.